Originally released in Japan and later in Europe, Pop'n Twinbee for the original Game Boy features a 2-player link cable co-op mode. This challenging cute-em-up is unique because it's a shooter, a genre that didn't see many releases on the original Game Boy. And please let me know in the comments if I'm wrong with this one, but I think Twinbee might be the only Game Boy shooter to offer 2-player linked co-op play. Simply put, the linked multiplayer mode is the same as the single player, just with a friend helping you blast everything that moves. This Game Boy version also has a built-in stage select right from the main menu, a most welcome player-friendly feature that still applies to link play. Without question, the best way to play this game is with a friend. The connection remains stable too. It isn't the fastest paced shooter, but slowdown and flicker is kept to a minimum, which makes this co-op mode even more impressive. But don't let the lighthearted presentation fool you, this is still a challenging game even with a friend at your side. This is one of those games where you start to develop muscle memory with repetition, but even casual players can make good progress with each run. The bell-based power-up system remains intact too. By shooting clouds, a bell can be juggled with each hit, and its color will determine which power-up or score enhancements you receive. One button shoots straight ahead while the other one drops bombs on ground targets. Even though it has a quality presentation, it's best played on a backlit modded system or a GameCube Game Boy player, the footage that you're seeing here, as it makes it much easier to distinguish ground enemies from the background. And even though there's only a handful of stages, each one features different enemy sprites and bosses are impressively huge for a Game Boy game. The soundtrack is also fitting and well done, something expected from Konami of the era. My only complaint, although minor, comes from not having the ability to allow your co-op partner to steal one of your lives upon their game over. Since this is a tough shooter, one player might be more skilled than the other, so having a life-stealing feature would have been cool, but it doesn't hinder the gameplay. Having a quality vertical shooter on the Game Boy, one outfitted with linked co-op play without having game-breaking slowdown and flicker, is something that should be celebrated, acknowledged, and fully respected. Konami deserves mega props for this outstanding achievement. Nintendo's Solar Striker and R-Type by IREM usually comes first to mind when mentioning original Game Boy shmups, but those lacked real-time co-op gameplay. The only other original Game Boy shooter that comes to mind offering co-op play is Asteroids, but positioning the entire game on a single screen is not the same. I made a whole video on Asteroids co-op link play if you wanted to see that comparison for yourself, and it's still fun with the buddy, but Pop'n Twinbee is much more impressive on a technical and gameplay standpoint. There have been ports and sequels of Twinbee over the years, but the original Game Boy version's linked co-op gameplay is something I recommend trying for yourself if ever given the chance. But what do you think? Have you ever played Twinbee? What shmups do you enjoy? And what would you like to see in future installments of this bell shooting simulator? Let me know in the comments. And for tons more link cable mumbo jumbo, see the links to my dedicated playlist in the description. Until next time, thank you for watching and game on.